Hi everybody, welcome back to 30 Days Until Done. And today we finished our story, and it's the story based on action, and we want to work on revision. And I know you have your own revision techniques, and that's good. Um, I thought what we could do is just emphasize one thing that you'd look at. Now, this is a story based on action. I want you to do all your regular revision techniques, whatever they are, right? But I also want you, after you finish that, to pay special attention to the verbs. Do one sweep through your story, just taking a look at your verbs, because this is a story based on action. The great thing about the verb, it's a power word, because a verb always means the same thing, right? And so I could ask the question, am I jumping right now? Well, obviously I'm not, right? Is America at war right now? Well, that depends on what war. You know, the nouns can be fuzzy, especially those sort of abstract nouns, but verbs aren't, right? And so they transfer information very, very well. A lot of people waste their verbs. At the same time, you also don't want to become showy with your verbs, right? Especially in dialogue, right? Remember that when we read dialogue, you're really, we don't read letter for letter. We read in blocks. Said is perfectly acceptable, right? And said is usually what you should be doing. If you do anything besides said, what the effect is going to be, the reader is going to stop and look and wonder why in the world you've done that, right? So if it's yelled, that's immediately apparent. If you are averring or suggesting or exclaiming, that can often become a distraction. That's one place you should watch your verbs. The second place, and that what I've just said there, is just basically flatten out your verbs, and they make them all said and asked for the most part. And the second one is watch out for your verbs in the action. Make sure that we're being active instead of passive, that sort of thing. And yeah, just work through all of your verbs in those areas as well. You don't want them all to be active. The verb to be is fine sometimes, but especially when you're doing is plus ing, find ways to work that out, and that often means move the subject to the front instead of having it at the back, right? Try to see exactly what it is that they're doing. Is he yelling? Is he stomping? Is he running? That sort of thing. Okay, so once you've done that and done your revision, post down below. We're going to have a whole short story today. All right, I'll see you later in 30 days until then.